Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
You kill yourself, guess who you support? White supremacy.
Bring it out.
That's all they want. We say, man, I hate the so-called this and that. I ain't never been a supporter of this. But you are when you buy his drugs. Who put drugs in the black community? He put tobacco. We used to pick this thing all day and night. Come on. And now he says, here's a hang. You want to see a lynching? I'll give you a rope long enough to hang yourself. Read.
If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy.
He says, you know what? You want to eat pork? I'm gonna give you gout. Okay. You want to eat shrimp, crab, lobster, the shellfish that I told you not to eat? I'm going to give you high blood pressure. I'm going to give you diabetes. I'm going to give you high cholesterol. I'm going to do it all to you. Because I've been telling you for centuries. Now it's time for you to wake up. Read.
For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are.
God says that ye are the temple of God. Holy means separate. The way we operate is different than the so-called white man operates. God says that we are the chosen people of God. We are the Israelites. We have to carry ourselves as such. So let me ask you this. Why do you smoke?
Get alone. I just smoke just to smoke.
Smoke because you be bored sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Born up like that. That's.
You see your fathers do it and your cousins and everything?
Yeah. Right behind.
So you know what? You got to change your environment.
That's right.
What about you, my brother? Why you smoke?
Well, at a particular time when I started I said at a particular time when I started, it was from stress or so forth.
Stress?
Just to relieve, have a little peace of mind. We could say solitude, even though I know that was the wrong choice.
Okay. Let me ask you, my brother Charles, why you smoke?
Well, it's because it's always been around me. I guess it became a natural. You know what I'm saying? It's a natural thing. You know?
Yeah.
Something like I see my family doing. My uncle.
I understand, man. I understand. And that's the usual answer we get when we ask why. Because you do understand that it's killing you, right?
Yeah.
Don't do it to yourself, black man. Stop killing yourself. Because when you show, like your forefathers or the adults around you showed you that example, guess what you're doing to the children? You're showing that example. It's called generational curses. Let's get that. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. Yes, sir.
Guys, too, dying like men.
Woo! We're gonna get that. Remember, don't let me forget that, officer. What he said is that the scriptures say that we are gods and all of us are children of the Most High, but we shall die like men. We don't even read the rest of that. There you go. Psalms 82 and 6. Yes, sir. Watch this. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God said if we don't listen to his words, certain curses are going to come on our people, and it will overtake us, and it will destroy us as a people in our mind and allow us to destroy ourselves. Go to verse 43.
Verse 43, the stranger that is within thee.
It says that the strangers, also Ezekiel, real quick, lift up this sign. Somebody lift up this sign for me. Yep, the back sign. It says that the strangers that is within thee, what does that mean? The strangers that's within our communities. Do we have Edomites in our community with the Confederate flags? Yes, we do.
We got them all.
There you go. Do we have Africans in our community?
I work with them. Ham.
There you go. Ham. Do we have, thank you, officer. Do we have Ishmael or the Arabs in our community?
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
In the stove.
It says that the what?
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
God says that the strangers that's within us are going to get up above us very high. That means they're going to own the gyros. They're going to own the 2K Express. They're going to own all of these places in the neighborhood, sell our women blonde hair. They're going to put the drugs in our community. They shall get up above us very high. They got the banks. They got the stores.
Going down very low.
Yep, read that next part.
And thou shalt come down very low.
It says we shall come down very low. Why you think when we smoke they call it a high?
Bring it out.
We trying to escape the fact that these curses got us in a lowest state.
Bring it out.
But guess what? He says that they shall pursue us and overtake us no matter how high you get. You can't escape the curses of the Most High God. The only way to come back and to get your manhood and to get this relief is by keeping the commandments of the Most High God. What you got?
And that's really part of the whole reason why we fell into our conditions that we fell in anyway, because our people before us got off the path of what was intended for us. For example, or what they speak on about the Adam and Eve of the Bible now, in which that was a sense of it, in which it wasn't us, but it's the beginning stage of it, show that it was thousands of Adams before they appeared and before we were no already here. But it's to show that through their indecency, where they say, well, a woman or a man was deceived by the woman through the devil, so forth of that nature, but to show that this is what it was meant for. Why? Because we got off our path. As a people, our people got off the path of what we're supposed to. God said, you're going to go into a land, a strange land that is not yours, and become slaves. That's why we became slaves.
I'm going to read that. He's absolutely right. You heard what he said, right? We got off the path. God was given, he said, you got two choices. You see, he said, life, which is the commandments, or death, which is breaking the commandments.
But a lot of people take that literally, as far as like
you look around the community, you tell me, is it literal?
I'm just saying, as far as when I say that particular part, he was always speaking on a spiritual death.
That's why the devil, the so-called white man, came to Eve and said, you shall not surely die. He knew it wasn't always going to be physical, but until we were destroyed right here, spiritually.
21 and 22.
Yep, there you go. You on point, brother.
God speaking to the angels. He said, now that man has become like one of us to know good and evil.
Man, you on point. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding.
The understanding is the scriptures of the Most High God. When we wander out of it, when we go into these Christian church, we say the congregation, right? We call it a congregation of the Lord or whatever. Watch what God calls it.
Shall remain in the congregation of the dead. That's right.
God says that these Christian churches are the congregation of the dead. He said whenever we walk away out of the commandments of God, we stumble into the death. We're walking around physically, but we're dead what? Spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Come on, give me that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed.
You see that? Until we'll be destroyed. Scoot over a little bit, read.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
You see what everything is happening to us? Why is happening? He said, because I gave you what?
Hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign.
Now when you look at a sign, what is the significance of a sign? To inform. It shows you where you should be going. It shows you where you are. It shows you where you just came from. Right? Read.
And for a wonder.
God says, you ever wondered who the children of Israel are? I'm going to give you real life signs. I'm going to show you that you're going to go into slavery on slave ships. Your sons and your daughters are going to be sold to the nations. You're going to be the lowest in the community. They're going to be the highest. You shall be the tail. They're going to be the head. All of these is so we can see who we talking about. Read.
And upon thy seed forever.
And on our children. They say, Daddy, why is this happening to us? Mama, why is this happening to us. Philando Castile. So-called white man told him to reach into his glove compartment, pull out his ID. Police shoots him dead in the front seat, in front of his wife, in front of his daughter. The wife gets put in the back seat of the police car. The little girl says, "It's okay, mommy. I know you're crying. I'll protect you." When the little sister, the little daughter feels like she has to protect the parents, something's going on. It says, "And I see."
And upon thy seed forever, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
So you want to show your children something different in this world? You show them you that's different in this world. Read.
For the abundance of all things.
God said we owned everything. Before we started having to pick our fields and everything, we owned the fields. These people used to be our servants. But guess what? God flipped it. You can put it down. Go ahead.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
God says that they are our what?
Enemies.
When's the last time you seen a friend put friend into slavery? They out here marching with us. They gave us a street called MLK and allow us to kill ourselves on the same street. They say, therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Now it was ourselves.
The Lord shall send against thee.
God says that he will send our enemies against us for breaking his commandments. Okay, you don't want to take care of your children? I'm going to garnish your wages. How about that? You don't want to pay your taxes? I'm going to make you pay those taxes. Read.
In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
God says if you want food, water, clothing, whatever you want, you're going to have to go to the people that don't look like you. You look on your tag and say made in China, made in Taiwan. You used to run everything. Sean John, made in China. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron.
Watch this. It says this same man that I sold you to. Yes, sir. It says he, your enemy, shall do what?
Put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He says, I'm going to put yokes of iron upon your neck. I'm going to put it upon your wrist. I'm going to put it upon your ankles. And the yokes of iron is only power in captivity. What happened to George Floyd? That's a form of a yoke of iron on his neck. Until what?
Until he have destroyed thee.
That yoke of iron destroyed our brother in the middle of the streets. You understand that? Christ says that these are signs and wonders for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Read.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
He's going to bring a nation from far. Can you get that other one and give me verse 68? A nation is going to come against us from far. We was in Africa, the southern, the west coast regions of Africa. We was together. We was the kings, the priests, the scientists, the astrologers, the masons. Not the masons that America made up, but we're talking about the... There we go. Read.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
We were already in Africa. Egypt is in Africa. He says, I will bring you into slavery. That's what Egypt means. Again. But this time, it's going to be in ships. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
He says that even if you do so happen to make your way back to Jerusalem, our homeland, it ain't going to look the same. It ain't going to be the same people there. Read.
And there ye shall be sold.
Whoa. He says once you get to these lands, once you get to America, once you get to everywhere you going, you shall be what?
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Are we not sold here in America and around the world? Who are we sold to? Our friends? Friends don't sell friends, and friends sure don't buy friends. Read it.
Sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
It says for slave men and slave women. And what?
And no man shall buy you.
Meaning no man can save you. Malcolm X couldn't do it. He did a damn good job. Martin Luther King didn't do it. He couldn't do it. He did a good job with what they had. He said, thank you, officer. He says, I have feared that I integrated my people into a burning house. Why do you think they killed him? Come on.
Wake up, Israel.
Yep.
Gotta wake them up. Y'all been asleep.
So God says it's time to wake up. There's commandments we have to keep as well. Read.
The book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 12. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven.
God says that the kingdom of heaven is within you, black man. It's within you. It's within you. He says that the kingdom of heaven does what?
Suffereth violence.
We've been suffering violence since 1492 and 1619. That's what we've been doing. But what?
And the violent take it by force.
And they take it by force. They changed our name. They changed our heritage. They changed our culture. And they gave us their laws. This is why we've moved so far away from the scriptures. We actually think that this is a white man's book.
That's right.
When everyone in it is black. Come on. Where we at? Nope. Give me Numbers, chapter 15, verse. You know what I want. Okay. Now we're going back into what it means to be an Israelite. An Israelite is not a religion. An Israelite is a nationality. When you see your veins popping out, know that you got Jesus Christ's blood inside of you.
That's right.
Same lineage. Read.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
So as long as you have children, yep, you got to put fringes. These things right here. Huh?
I need one from church.
Yes, sir. We're going to get your contact information. We're going to help you. You can get them from Joanne's. You get them from Walmart. You can cut what's called poor man fringes in it and put this thing around it right here. Watch this.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So once you sew on the fringes, you put on a ribbon of blue. So God's taking us out of the customs of this world and giving them his own customs. We have a dress code. We have a way that we're supposed to look. Our beards are supposed to come in strong and mighty. It may not be able to grow everything, but grow what you can. Okay, read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
So why do we wear the fringes, Charles?
Remind us to keep the commandments.
Boom. Why we wear the fringes?
I'm just learning. I want to.
Okay.
I'm really,
Listen up. Watch this. There we go. Watch that. Read it one more time.
That ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
And do them. So you say, you know what, I'm supposed to keep the commandments, but I got that itch. It's not just about remembering, it's to do it. Read.
That ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes after that which ye used to go a-whoring.
Because we used to go a-whoring away from the Most High God. Did you know that Mecca was the biggest slave port in the whole entire world?
Bring it out.
In the whole entire world. It's called the sub-Saharan slave trade, where they taught us Islam. They taught us several things that continued in the generational curses, just like Christianity. Once we got here, guess what? They taught us Christianity. They burned us on crosses. They said, if you do not worship this man that I worship, I'm going to kill you. You understand? And then guess what? Just like we were taught cigarettes, we taught our children how to worship these idols as well. Give me that. What you?
Jeremiah?
Nope.
2 Corinthians 6.
Yep, give me 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. As we start to close, if you got questions, let me know. 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. We've been in this very world for a very, very long time. It's time to come out.
2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. Wherefore, come out from among them.
What does come out from among them mean?
Start being like them, start worshiping.
That's right.
Watch this, watch this. I'm gonna let this fall right here.
What you need?
I need this one right here.
Just worshiping their Christmas, Father's Day.
It says,
Mother's Day.
turn it around for me.
Birthday.
It says to come out from among them. We thought that John 3:16, for God so loved the world, was talking about everybody, but we failed to realize that there's an animal world, there's a medical world, there's a sports world, a financial world, the world of entertainment, Sea World. But God says, you are the world to me. You mean everything. You are my world.
And the world is divided in like 12 parts or something like that.
Huh?
The world was made in like 12
Not the physical world. We're talking about the world of God's chosen people. Get that real quick. Ephesians 40.
I got you.
Yep. Thank you. Isaiah. You can put it down, officer. Thank you. I just wanted to show that. He says, you mean the world to me. Watch this, watch this.
Isaiah chapter 45 verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
The whole world is going to be saved?
Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation.
Everlasting, meaning once we get delivered out of this place, it's going to last forever. Read.
Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
Christ says that we are a world without end. He says, you mean the world to me, Israel. Go back to 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. A world has to come out of this world and belong back to the Most High God. Read.
Wherefore, come out from among them and be ye separate.
Don't have no dealings anymore with this world. Christianity, Thanksgiving, Christmas, these holidays, their drugs, their marijuana, their PCP, their whatever they gave to you, God, that's not in the scriptures. He says, come out from among them and be separate in your mind, and your thoughts, and your actions, and your clothes. Read.
And touch not the unclean thing.
What are the unclean things? Their pork, their holidays, their women. Unclean. Read.
And I will receive you.
Then he says, you know what? You're ready. You're ready. I'm going to receive you. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more understanding on you. I'm going to sprinkle some wisdom on you. When that police was supposed to pull you over, I'm going to give you more grace. But you better get it right. Read.
And I will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters.
So, everybody think they're a child of God. But he says, only when you come out from this world will I be a father unto you. Does a father take care of his children? You damn right. So guess what? God is going to take care of us. Read.
And ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty.
Come on.
Having therefore these promises, dearly beloved.
When God makes a promise, you think he's going to keep it? He made a promise to each and every Israelite that if we repent, he's going to deliver us from this place. That's a promise. Not mine, it's God's.
Let us cleanse ourselves from all filthiness of the flesh and spirit.
You see that? Filthiness of the flesh and spirit. Why? Because this place, it tells you to follow your lust. Sleep with any type of woman you want without marrying them. Do whatever you want to do. What does he say is the whole of the law? Do what thou willest. That's the commandment of America. But God says be separate in your flesh and in your spirit. You got to get yourself right. That's why we out here. We have free classes 3 times a day, 7 days a week for your edification. We have a number you can reach out to us. We in St. Pete. We in Tampa. We in Clearwater. We here for us. You understand? Because it's going to take us black men to change the community. But we first might change ourselves. Finish that.
Perfecting holiness in the fear of God.
God wants to perfect holiness in his fear inside of you.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.